How we doing, folks? Your host Moose here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network as we welcome you back to Heinz Field, where your Pitt Panthers are set to take on the Syracuse Orange, a rivalry in the ACC that we have been yet to be able to see to this point in the Dynasty. Finally, Season 6, 2021, Syracuse taking on your Pitt Panthers, and it's going to be a great matchup. Syracuse has been very, very good this season. They've got a nice young team, and it's going to be a great test for your Pitt Panthers here as they get ACC play underway. Eric Fox set to kick off, and here we go from Heinz Field. Syracuse and Pitt on the Pitt Panthers Football Network, and Syracuse will start with the football, led out by Cornell Washington, the redshirt sophomore signal caller. Very, very good player, great arm talent, throws the ball really well, has a cannon of an arm, and he's got a couple of great targets in Trey Fenton and Marquez Moore to throw the football to, and he finds Fenton there on first down for a 10-yard pickup, sets up second and short. Darion Stewart does a great job there, picking up 4 yards, running through a couple of Panthers and moving the chains for the Orange. Stewart playing in place of the injured Quentin Bowling, who's Syracuse normal starter. He is out injured, so Stewart's going to get the lion's share of the carries here, and he goes nowhere there on second down. Sophomore defensive tackle for the Panthers, Ryan Jacobs, bottles him up in the backfield for a loss. 3rd and 12 now. Washington back to pass, dumps it off underneath to Stewart. He's going to be brought down. Jalen Hills, the Panthers defensive end, making the tackle. Short gain there for the Orange, and they'll punt the football away. So the Panthers, led out by freshman quarterback C.J. Kirk, will get things underway. They come out in a full house formation, 3 halfbacks in the backfield there. We know what kind of stable halfbacks they do have, and it's Davion Reynolds taking the handoff for a short gain there on first down. 2nd and 8 now. Kirk fakes out a screen, decides to go deep, looking for a man. That's Jay Keys, and it's deflected away. Good defense there. Cameron Humphrey for the Orange, knocking that one away. 3rd and 8 now for the Panthers. They go 5 wide set here. Kirk in the shotgun, gets it off quickly. It's a great throw to the outside. It's Benjamin Ogden there hauling that one in, the senior, for a 13-yard pickup and a new set of downs for the Panthers. 1st and 10 from the 39. They go 2 tight end set. Kirk under center, and it's going to be a handoff to Davion Reynolds. 5-yard pickup there. 2nd and 5 now for the Panthers. They go 4 wide to the wide side of the field. Kirk back to pass. Plenty of time there. Looks out wide, and that's a great throw. Finds KJ Welch, and that's an area where Kirk's looked very good this year. Those throws to the sideline outside. He made a great one to Ogden against Maryland as well, or against Temple, I should say, and that's a great throw there, finding KJ Welch for first down yardage. It's going to be Sibley taking the handoff back towards the middle of the field. There's 4-yard pickup for the senior from Akron, Ohio. 2nd and 6 now for the Panthers. 3 wide set. Reynolds in as the sidecar. It's play action for Kirk. He dumps it off underneath to Paul Lease. Dances off of one defender. He's inside the 20. Eventually he's going to be corralled down about the 10 after shaking off 3 or 4 Syracuse defenders. 19-yard catch and run for the Jersey Jet. Pitt football down at about the 12. Keys subs in at quarterback. He's going to hand off to Davion Reynolds there on a jet sweep. Bit of trickeration from the Panthers, but nothing doing. Loss of a yard there. 2nd down, it's Kirk back to pass. Syracuse rushes 4. He rolls outside of the pressure. He turns it upfield, looks towards the end zone, tried to find Lease, and that pass was jumped in front of by Justin Evans there. Luckily it wasn't intercepted. 3rd and 11 for Pitt. Dual halfback look outside of Kirk. He's back to pass again. A light rush from Syracuse, and Kirk makes them pay. Jay Keys into the end zone. Last year's Bolitnikoff Award winner, and he links up with Captain Kirk. A great throw there. Very good protection by the Panthers, and Keys just cuts across the middle of the field. Kirk spots him, finds him for the touchdown. Pitt takes the early lead, and we look around the ACC. Huge game here. Undefeated Virginia Tech taking on number 1 Clemson, and the Hokies up 17-14 midway through the second quarter. A lot of points on the board early on in that one. Houston, number 2 in the country by ranking, 4-0 now as they knock off former American rival UCF on a performance from Manning. Couple of touchdowns there for the Cougars. So Syracuse now looking to even the playing field with the Panthers here and march down the field, trailing 7-0. It's going to be Darion Stewart on a screen there. Jacob Lachlan eventually comes up and forces him out of bounds, but a solid pickup there for 9, setting up 2nd and 1. I formation set for Washington now as he comes to the line. Play action, though he's back to pass. Has a man open, and he just overthrows his tight end. Washington, we talked about how he's got a very strong arm, but sometimes the accuracy eludes him. That was an example of it right right there. Third down, though, up the middle. It's Darion Stewart running into a hole wider than the parting of the Red Sea there, and that's a first down now for the Orange. Read option for Washington is going to keep it himself. Plenty of room to roam forward there. Avery Heller, the Panthers' junior tackling machine, comes over and brings him down, but not after he gets a first down pickup. Back to pass now, 5 wideouts there for Washington. He does find one of them. That's Malik Thornton there for a pickup of 7. 3rd and 3 now for Syracuse. Washington back to pass. Pitt brings the pressure, and he finds the open man. That's Josh Meeks. Great catch and run there for the Syracuse slot man. 19-yard pickup and a new set of downs for the Orange. 2nd and 4 now. McDonald goes in motion. Washington's going to hand off in the direction of the motion. Darion Stewart picks up 9. 1st and goal now for the Orange down at the Pitt 2-yard line here. I formation again. They go this time to Mikael Ellis for nothing. No gain. Panthers stuff him at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and goal now for the Orange. Marquez Moore in motion. Washington back to pass, and he unloads the ball quickly over the middle. Really a throwaway as he puts it out the back of the end zone. 3rd and goal now for Syracuse. They go shotgun this time. Bunch formation to the wide side. Washington hit as he throws. It's going to be incomplete, and the Panthers hold. Field goal forced for Syracuse. Great defensive stand by the Panthers. And Syracuse does get on the board, though, cutting the Panthers' advantage to 7-3. Jay Keys coming out in the quarterback position here for as the Panthers start their drive. KJ Welsh motions into the backfield, takes a handoff from his wide receiver partner, trips over his own man and loses 8 yards. That's a gigantic hole the Panthers have dropped themselves into after the trick play goes awry. 2nd 18 now. Kirk looking very deep. He's got a man. Police in between 2 defenders comes back for the football and makes a great grab. 34-yard pickup for the Panthers, and they're quickly out near midfield. Kirk keeps it himself on 1st and 10. Dances around one Syracuse defender. Jukes past another. Picks up 6. 2nd and 4 now for Pitt. Kirk showing off the arm talent and then showing off the legs as well. It's going to be C.J. London, the senior, former 5-star out of Cornelius, Oregon, that goes there for 10 yards and a first down pickup for the Panthers inside the Syracuse 30. 2nd and 6. Kirk triple option, pitches it, and Syracuse has it. It's Ryan Dukes going the other way. He jumped in front of the pitch. Kirk with an horrific mistake, and Syracuse is going to take the lead. Josh Dukes, not Ryan Dukes. Ryan Dukes was the Maryland receiver. Josh Dukes, the Syracuse outside linebacker, his brother, instead turns this into a touchdown for the Orange. C.J. Kirk with a horrific mental mistake. He probably could have cut that upfield for a big gain. Instead, he tried to pitch it to C.J. London, and Syracuse goes the other way with it and takes a 10-7 advantage here late in the opening frame. London goes for 6 on the first play from scrimmage following that turnover, and sets up 3rd and 4 now for Pitt on what will likely be the final play of the first quarter. Kirk rolls out, plenty of space to roam into, dances around a couple of defenders before he's eventually dragged to the turf. 10-yard pickup and a first down for the Panthers. And we go into the end of the first quarter. Syracuse leading your Pitt Panthers 10-7 on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. So we get the second quarter underway here. The Panthers trailing 10-7, but with the football at their own 41. It's going to be Kirk handing off to Davion Reynolds. Gets around one blocker, sheds a tackler, and pushed out of bounds after a very short pickup. 2nd and 9 now for the Panthers. 5 wide. Kirk back to pass as Keys comes in motion. Stays in the backfield to block. And Kirk eventually is able to get a throwaway to Caleb Cannon. The redshirt senior tight end goes for 5 yards, setting up 3rd and 4 now for the Panthers. Trips formation to the near side right. Kirk dumps it off that way for Jay Keys, and he's wrapped up. Short gain. Not enough to move the chains, and Syracuse takes over the football, leading your Panthers by 3 here in the second quarter. Dual halfback look for Washington. Dumps it off to one of those. That's Mikael Ellis. He pushes off 2 Pitt defenders before being shoved out of bounds by Calvin Carlson. 17-yard pickup there for the halfback. First down for Syracuse. Washington back to pass. Now Pitt brings the pressure. He dumps it off again to another halfback. It's Darion Stewart shedding one Panther defender before being shoved out after a 5-yard gain. 3rd and 5 now for Syracuse. Washington back to pass. Gets it off just before the pressure gets there. Avery Heller comes up and makes the deflection. Nearly had an interception going the other way, but it's a good stop for the Panthers, and they'll take over with the football. Davion Reynolds on the punt return. Could have turned it into a big gain there. He's brought down after a 15-yard return Good field position for the Panthers at their own 28. Kirk back to pass, play action there, looking deep, has a man, it's just a bit underthrown, and Matt Soria comes over, knocks it away. Second down now for Pitt. They go two tight end look, Kirk under center now, back to pass, pressure from Syracuse, and the pressure gets home. Humphrey is able to take the football away. Kirk was looking for tight end Antonio Greer, and it's another turnover that turns into points for the Orange. Great job by Humphrey jumping that route. And it's a huge turnover for the Panthers. Syracuse with plenty of momentum here, but a lot of time left to play for the Panthers. Kirk nearly stopped him short of the goal line. Humphrey falls in, and the Panthers trail by 2 scores. Kirk still in the game at quarterback. We know he's had a bit of a back and forth with A.C. Reese. You wonder if his great performance against Maryland last week probably buys him a little bit of extra leeway here in this performance, but A.C. Reese definitely a guy to watch on the sideline now. 2nd and 6, play action, and it's Paul Lease over the middle of the field, so C.J. Kirk not shying away from a downfield throw after that turnover, finds Lease for a big gain there. Pitt in plus territory already. C.J. London now goes for 6 yards there on first down. 2nd and 4, and it's going to be 3rd and 3 now for the Panthers. Reynolds subs back in the backfield. Kirk hands it to him. He cuts upfield, shakes off one Syracuse defender, falls forward. Needed 3, got 8, and the Panthers move the sticks at the Syracuse 28-yard line. 5 wide on first down. Kirk bubble screen. He's got Jay Keys out the wide side right. Sheds one defender. Twirls forward off another like a ballerina and falls forward for a 14-yard pickup on his 3rd catch of the afternoon. Pitt in the red zone. It's going to be London taking the handoff up the middle. Good blocking. Falls forward. Takes a big hit, but picks up the first down on a nice chunk of yardage there. London, 7.6 a carry so far today. Paul Lease goes in motion now. London stays in the backfield, takes a handoff from Kirk. He goes off tackle towards the end zone, and he's in. He stretches for the pylon, and it's a Pitt Panther touchdown. The senior tailback finding pay dirt, and Pitt's right back into this football game. A great run to the outside. Fantastic blocking by the receivers on that edge, allowing London to find the pylon, and he does the rest, stretching for the score. Pitt trails now 17-14. Josh Meeks with a catch there for 7 yards for the Orange on their ensuing possession now. Sets up 3rd and 3. It's going to be Tarek Dudley in motion. Washington's going to pitch it to him, and Jacob Lachlan is going to sniff that out in the backfield. Triple option goes nowhere. Loss of 5 for the Orange, and they'll be forced to punt the ball away. Pitt will take over with an opportunity to retake the lead here. Keys in the backfield, hands off to London on 2nd down. Big loss there as Justin Evans sniffs that one out in the backfield. 3-yard loss for Pitt, sets up 3rd and 12. Kirk back into the backfield. Back to pass, rolls out to his right, gets some blocks, has a man deep, finds him as KJ Welsh with plenty of room to range forward there. Huge game for the Panthers. Kirk over 200 yards passing already today. It's a huge play there. He just gets himself out into space. Syracuse playing a zone, forces a couple of defenders to commit to his potential ability to run, and that allows KJ Welsh to get wide open behind the coverage. Kirk finds him, and it's a big gain there. Dukes, great job getting to the backfield to bring down Kirk on another triple option. He's been all over those all day today. 2nd down for Pitt now. Pressure from Syracuse. Kirk not going to be able to elude the pressure, and he takes a huge sack. Evans in the backfield to bring him down. 3rd and 24 now for the Panthers late in the first half. Kirk back to pass after motion from Lease. He's looking for the end zone, trying to find Paul, and unable to make that completion. Ronte Bell, the man to deflect it away, and it's going to be Johnny Midday out for a 47-yard field goal now to try and level the score. His kick is up. His kick just has the distance, and it's 17-17 with just under a minute to play here in the opening half of football. Virginia Tech starting to pull away from Clemson now in the 3rd quarter. 31-21 for the Hokies as they have the Tigers, the number 1 team in the country, on upset alert. 25 seconds left to play, 17 all right now. Syracuse probably content to just take things into halftime. Marquez Moore there for a pickup of 11. They've got a long way to go here. Final play of the half. Darion Stewart pitch is going to give him all the room to run forward he wants. They eventually converge on him after shutting him down. 14-yard pickup, and we head into halftime here. Your Pitt Panthers level with the Syracuse Orange, 17-17 on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. And you can see, as we look at how the half went, Pitt did very well moving the football, 203 passing yards. They outgained Syracuse 2-1, held the ball 2-1, but 2 Pitt turnovers turned into the 2 Syracuse touchdowns, and just like that, you've got yourself a football game as we head to the second half. Pitt will start with the football, though. C.J. Kirk looking to put the Panthers back in front. Davion Reynolds, is the man next to him in the backfield. Handoff to the freshman. 5-yard pickup sets up 3rd and 5 now. 3 wide set for the Panthers. Syracuse rushes only 4. That allows plenty of time for Kirk to locate Paul Lease underneath. He turns it upfield. 9-yard pickup moves the sticks for the Panthers. C.J. London checks into the backfield, and he's going to take a handoff from Kirk. Goes off tackle, spins around one Syracuse defender, turns what looked to be no gain into a solid 5-yard pickup. 3rd and a manageable 4 now for the Panthers. They go dual tight end set for Kirk in the shotgun, but he goes to the outside. Benjamin Ogden, another comeback route there. 9-yard pickup as he hangs onto the football and moves the chains. 2nd and 6 for Pitt. They send Jay Keys in motion. Kirk back, sits in the pocket. He's doing a great job not scrambling on every play like we often saw him doing in the first game or 2 of the season. Fantastic job by C.J. Kirk to sit in the pocket and make a throw. He does the same thing here, a little bit behind Benjamin Ogden, but 5-yard pickup there for Kirk as he hangs in and makes a good throw. CJ hands off to CJ London this time. Short gain there for the senior running back, and he's holding his chest. Hopefully he'll be okay for the remainder of this football game, but he's going to be out right now, helped off the field, holding his midsection area or his sternum. 3rd and 2 now for the Panthers, so Reynolds will check back in at halfback. Kirk back to pass, sits in the pocket, hangs on, looks for a man. Antonio Greer looked to be interfered with there as he's trying to get to the football. Nothing called, and so Pat Narduzzi leaves the offense on the field for a huge 4th and 2. Play action. Kirk underneath, he's got Paul Lease, just gets enough for the first down, maybe by the nose of the football, but Pitt moves the chains here. 1st and 10 now at the Syracuse 23 and driving midway through the 3rd quarter. Kirk rolling out to his right, gets around a man looking to the end zone. He's got a man. Benjamin Ogden for the touchdown. 23-yard pickup. Pitt goes to 23 points, and they lead the Orange now midway through the 3rd quarter. What a throw from C.J. Kirk against his body. He shows off the incredible talent that he has, rolls out, makes some space for himself. It looks like he could have ran it, but then he decides to just unload for the end zone, picks out Ogden, and it's a huge touchdown for the Panthers. As we look around the country, Virginia Tech nearly there. They're 41-21 over Clemson. 5 minutes to play. Huge game for Travis Huff, the senior quarterback. 4 touchdowns for the Hokies as they look to pull off a stunning upset of the number 1 Clemson Tigers. Syracuse, though, trying to stay in this football game here as Cornell Washington finds Marquez Moore for a 13-yard pickup and a new set of downs for the Orange. Darion Stewart here on 1st down. He's brought down eventually by Cedric Granger after a 6-yard rush. 2nd and 4 now for the Orange. They've done a nice job moving the football on the ground. You wonder if they'll stick with it more, and they do it here on a read option. Cornell Washington, fairly mobile quarterback. He's not a speedster, but he can definitely move, and he gets 17 yards there before being twirled down to the turf. A great run there. Michael Ellis goes outside this time, fights through a couple of defenders before Damian Vector, the Panthers' sophomore corner out of West Virginia, brings him down. 1st down pickup. Washington now on play action. He's got Josh Meeks over the middle of the field, sheds a couple of tacklers before Adarion Mitchell comes over and smashes him down from behind. Big gain for Syracuse into the red zone now. 2nd and 9, and off the edge comes Quell Hampshire. Uses that speed to drag down Darion Stewart for a loss. Sets up 3rd and 11 now as the Orange need to try and find the end zone to keep things level. Washington dances away from Jalen Hills, eventually dumps it off to Michael Ellis. 2-yard pickup, and the Orange forced to settle for another field goal. That kick is up, and that kick is good. Pitt leads by 4 here, still in the 3rd stanza of football at Heinz Field. And we get confirmation Virginia Tech has pulled off the upset. They've knocked off Clemson, and that's a huge win for the Hokies. Not in the rankings to this point, but surely they will be following this massive win in Death Valley. 2nd down now for the Panthers. Lease goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff, a counter to Sibley against the grain there. Short pickup for the Panthers. 3rd and 8 now as they cling to a 4-point lead. Kirk back to pass, looks, bad throw, great catch there by Jay Keys to stay with the football. No significant gain there, doesn't move the chains, and a 3-and-out for the Panthers gives Syracuse an opportunity to retake the lead here after looking so forlorn on offense through much of this contest. Great gain there on the outside. Darion Stewart gets just enough to move the chains for the Orange. 2nd and 9 now. Stewart on the draw, and the Panthers are in the backfield. Phil Moore coming up to help make that tackle and bring down Stewart for a loss, as that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. Your Pitt Panthers leading the Syracuse Orange 24-20 here at Heinz Field on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. So the Syracuse Orange facing 3rd and 11 here. Pitt clinging to a 4-point lead as we get the fourth quarter underway. Cornell Washington back to pass. He's going to unload. He's got a man. It's Trey Fenton. Scott Whaley's not able to bring him down. And Fenton is going to go to the end zone. A game-changing play potentially for the Orange. A huge miscue by the Panthers coming out of the commercial break. Scott Whaley beat deep on the press coverage by Trey Fenton, one of the best receivers, not only in the ACC but in the country. He's not able to drag him down from behind, and just like that, Syracuse turning the tides on your Pitt Panthers and taking a 3-point lead here. Davion Reynolds with a good return out to the 35. Pitt at least in good field position to try and counter that score from the Orange. Bubble screen there to KJ Welsh, sheds one tackler before eventually being brought down by a group of Syracuse defenders. 3rd and 1 now for the Panthers. 5 wide set for Kirk. Back to pass. Rolls to his right. Finds a man open. That's Jay Keys. Short gain there for the Panthers star. He's not been a big play guy today, but he gets another 3rd down conversion for the Panthers when they needed it. 1st down for Pitt, and Kirk's going to be brought down. Tried to let the deep plays develop, but Jonathan Cowan came right up the middle, and the Panthers were forced to take a big loss there. 2nd and 19. Davion Reynolds motions out of the backfield here. Kirk looking for him. Has him open. It's Reynolds. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown. A gigantic score for the Panthers. 58-yard link up between the freshman phenoms. C.J. Kirk found Davion Reynolds behind the coverage, and it's a huge score for the Panthers as they retake the lead here early in the fourth quarter. 31-27. A gigantic play there. Reynolds motioned out of the backfield, was able to get behind his defender who was forced to come out into coverage on him, and it was a great throw from Kirk in stride, and he was able to take it to the house for the go-ahead score for the Panthers. Around the ACC, another score line. Travis Bolden and Miami improved to 2-2 with a victory over NC State, so the Hurricanes still alive potentially in ACC play. Darion Stewart going forward there, twirled down, pickup of 8 as he's corkscrewed to the ground there. 3rd and 1 now for the Orange. They send the tight end in motion, I formation. Washington back to pass. Pitt brings pressure underneath to the fullback, Page, and Jacob Lachlan. The second effort forces Brandon Page to the turf, and the Panthers regain possession following a Syracuse punt. Davion Reynolds returning it across midfield, 26-yard return, and it's a great set of field position for the Panthers. C.J. Kirk out onto the field, 336 yards passing for the freshman. Couple of big gains, including a fantastic toss to Reynolds that gave them the go-ahead score on their last offensive possession. 2nd and 4 for the Panthers. Now Jay Keys comes in at the quarterback position. He's going to take himself on the Wildcat there. 3-yard pickup sets up 3rd and 1. Sibley in at halfback now. He's going to take a handoff, sheds one tackler in the backfield, falls forward for a 3-yard pickup. Moves the sticks for the Panthers, keeps the drive rolling here and the clock moving as Pitt looks to kill some time and give Syracuse as little bit of an opportunity to come back as possible as Kirk misses a wide-open Caleb Cannon there, setting up 3rd and 9 now for the Panthers. 5 wide set. Syracuse rushes 4. Kirk looks underneath, nearly intercepted. Instead, it gets through to Caleb Cannon. Matt Soria nearly took that one the other way. Instead, Cannon's able to catch the football and move the chains for the Panthers. Triple option now. Kirk pitches out wide to Davion Reynolds. 7-yard gain there for Pitt. Sets up 2nd and 3. Great job by Kirk there to not make a mistake on the pitch. It's going to be KJ Welsh now fighting forward through a couple of defenders. 5-yard pickup there on the jet sweep First and goal now for the Panthers at the Syracuse 8. Reynolds checks in as the sidecar next to Kirk. He's going to take the handoff. Big hole opens up the middle. Fantastic blocking there. Joel Sykes, the true freshman, coming in, and you can see him making a gigantic block up the middle, setting up the Panthers for a fantastic score, pushing their advantage to 2 possessions, 11 points. And the way this Syracuse offense has been moving the football, you'd like to think that'll be enough for the Panthers, and it might be. Jalen Hills jumps on the football, and Pitt's got a quick takeaway on Syracuse's ensuing drive. But hold on, let's take a look at this. Washington found his man over the middle. That was Tarek Dudley, but I think it looks like he's on the ground there. And yeah, you take a look, it looks like the rear of his pants was down before that football was jarred loose by Marquise Walker there. Jalen Hills recovered, but it's going to go back to Syracuse on the review, and the Orange still in this football game with 2:45 to play. 3rd and 8 now for Syracuse, though, deep in their own territory. Washington back to pass, dumps it off, finds a man. It's Darion Stewart, but he's got nowhere to go. Avery Heller crushes him behind the line of scrimmage. 4th and 10 for the Orange, and they're going to punt the ball away. A little bit of a, scaredy cat play there, you'd want to say, by their coach. But they were on their own 20. They do have all 3 timeouts. They're just hoping to get the ball back from the Panthers if they can get a stop. 3rd and 2 for Pitt. This might be the ball game. It's a naked bootleg, and it's Kirk. Runs into plenty of space. Huge gain there for the freshman. You'd probably like to see him get down there or go out of bounds rather than take a hit. But he falls forward, 22-yard pickup, and the Panthers are able to enter the victory formation here at Heinz Field and hang on for a 38-27 come-from-behind victory over the rival Syracuse Orange. An incredible game for C.J. Kirk, 350 yards passing, ran the football decently well. In addition, a couple of great touchdown throws for him. Really came back from a couple of horrific turnovers early in the match and turned in a fantastic performance, to be perfectly honest, from the freshman. That's the short memory that you want to see from your new starting quarterback, and a great performance overall. Those deep throws looked fantastic from Kirk. He loves to take chances. That's very obvious. And today they worked out for the Panthers. A huge victory. Pitt wins 38-27 over the Syracuse Orange. We want to thank you all for tuning in and watching here on the Pitt Panthers Football Network. We'll see you next week as your Pitt Panthers will head to North Carolina to take on the North Carolina State Wolfpack in Raleigh. It should be a great matchup. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hail to Pitt. We'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.